often with certain understandings, three principles, non-duality, some of them, it's a little bit like all you need is the understanding. You don't need to do anything. Mm-hmm. Okay. So if you understand this thing, whatever it is, you'll be good to go. You don't need to put any additions onto that. And now it's not true, but there's a little bit of truth in it. So understanding the nature of our nature, it does help our lives.
It helps.
But also what I've noticed, I know if I've had enough sleep, I probably won't be as grumpy.
Right.
I know if I eat the food in the way in which I eat my food, that's right for me, because everyone's gonna, whatever works for me isn't gonna work for somebody else. So nutritionally, if I'm doing what's good for my body, I know I'm gonna have more energy. I also know that if I meditate every day, I am so much more freaking intuitively sensitive, so much more when I'm meditating.
So he's cultivating his garden.
So there's things in the world, I know that if I don't exercise, I'm not, because exercise, you're moving your body, you're moving your energy. Mm-hmm. I know I'm not going to feel stagnant, I'm going to be more productive. And so when you get away from the belief, because it is a belief, it's not a truth, that all you need is this or that, don't do anything. That is a concept, it's just not true. And you go back within yourself and you go, well, what's right for me? Like we got an email from someone who's a healer, and she came across an understanding.
The principles.
And they were kind of like, well, you don't need to do that because it's a technique. And so she stopped doing it, and her soul was dying because that's what she was here to do. She loved doing it. And so eventually she threw the principles out the window and went back to healing, and her life got better. So if anyone tells you to do or not do, run away.
Right.
Come back to yourself.
Right. Only you know what's right for you.
Contemplate what works for me.
Absolutely.
Because only you know that. And I don't care how many PhDs someone's got, or how many oneness experiences they've had, or how many best-selling books they've written. They can't tell you what's right for you. Only you can. So you have to fully, utterly, transparently embrace your wisdom, your wholeness, what you love doing, what works for you.
It's a misinterpretation of a Chinese word. Yeah, we wei. And it's just, do not go against the force of natural, the force, the energetic force of nature. Don't resist or push away the natural forces. It's just that. It's like trying to stop the river. So the river's flowing, so the river's doing something. It's flowing down the mountain. The waves to and fro. Babies are being born because our body is physically doing something. The energy that I saw, that black blueness, began to move and polarize, and it was doing something. Our heart is beating. So we cultivate that. We put a sail up on a sailboat, and we harness this beautiful, exquisite energy of nature. And we can do that. You do that by cultivating what's right for you and what's right for you. We do that with our special things that we like to eat.
So the reason of saying all this really is the whole story thing, the zooming in, the zooming out. I tend to find personally that if I'm in line, in resonance with what works for me personally, and again, what works for me isn't going to work for other people and vice versa, I tend to have a more zoomed out experience in general, because there's an equilibrium and a balance, and I'm cultivating myself.
Your own garden.
Compared to when I'm not doing that, I tend to be just more zoomed in, even with my understanding.
Right.